So I have a couple of questions, and we have a couple of questions in the question box. Uh, I will put a question to Professor Cosmas. I saw that you have used the frequency uh, millimeter wave at 40 gigahertz and also the subcarrier spacing as 30 kilohertz. So would results have been different if you have chosen a different millimeter wave frequency and the subcarrier spacing?
Yes, we originally wanted to use 60 gigahertz because it's a it's a free spectrum. Um, I think if we had used infrared, we probably would have got better results for the optical wireless communication. And we've got a new project, as I explained in the chat, called 6G Brains, which is trying to use the infrared in a duplex channel, and hopefully we get better results, longer propagation distances. I'm not sure if the aperture angle will be any better, but certainly the bit rates will be increased as well because it has a wider bandwidth. So the advantage of the visible light, optical wireless communication over the millimeter wave and other frequencies is it doesn't exhibit so much reflections. So in an industry 4.0 environment, and that may be an advantage because there is a lot of metallic surfaces in factories which provide a lot of reflections, which
Yeah,
we experience this in a home, so but it'll be much worse in a factory.
yeah, true. Thank you. Now, my next question to Professor Srivastava is, and then you can, Professor Cosmas can also add, that what we are looking for is high bandwidth and low latency and communication. So ultimately, these networks will have to integrate with the mainline networks like 4G core or 5G or even in future networks. So what has been done till now to integrate this apart from the test bed as a specification or interface development basis to integrate VLC based networks with the mainline network like 5G, NR or NSA? Professor
So
Srivastava.
this is a question is for me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So currently VLC is still in its initial stage. So that integration with existing technology is yet to be done. But sure, the development, whatever development is happening in VLC or Li-Fi, always designers, they keep in mind that ultimately it will be integrated with the existing network. It has to be backward compatible. So right now these are in the initial stages, test bed stages, and demonstration in the labs and all that. I mean, we have yet to see the deployment of these technology in the network. So it will take some more time because standards are also under development. And once we have the standards, probably the system development will become faster, and then we will be able to integrate with the existing network. But as I mentioned in my this thing, this goes to a next level of technology, VLC, in terms of speed, in terms of security. So
Yeah,
there VLC is going to play a very, very important role. Yeah. Thank you.
true, true. So thank you for that. And we have only 2 minutes left, so we can take one question which was there from the audience side, Mr. Samar Shalendra. And the question, oh, that's those. Sure.
Mr. Mittal, the questions are already answered by Professor John. So
Okay.
if Professor Anand has a view on it, maybe you can see the tab in the answered. You can read the
Yeah.
questions from there.
Yeah. Yes. So I think the question is answered because the question is, what is the current penetration of VLC? Is VLC likely to be adopted as a future alternative of 3GPP? So I think right now, what Professor Anand said, it is already answered that we are in the very initial stages of developing this technology. So it can't be definitely be a replacement of 3GPP. Professor Anand, you want to add something to
Yeah,
this?
so just want to add, I mean, it is not that VLC is a technology which is a revolutionary technology. It will replace all the technologies. I think initially the technology will coexist. For example, suppose you have a Wi-Fi router in your home and you also have a Li-Fi. So both will coexist and you will have advantage because, you know, Wi-Fi gives you a wide coverage and low speed, whereas Li-Fi, you know, the coverage is limited because you have light, you know, you have to be below the light and all that. So but it gives you high speed. So if you are in a room where both Wi-Fi and Li-Fi there, you basically switch from Wi-Fi access point to Li-Fi access point or Li-Fi to Li-Fi. So both kind of handovers, vertical and and horizontal handovers are possible, and using this you will achieve high throughput. So basically, you know, these technology will coexist. So VLC is going to be a complementary technology. I don't think it is going to replace any other technology in near future. That will not happen.
Yeah, right. So I think we are right at 3:30, and
Uh,
I have one comment.
Yeah, yeah.
I have one
yeah,
comment.
Yeah,
It's very interesting because when we first tested our system, we tested it in a VRV lab, which is a bit like a factory environment. And we found that even when we pointed the transmit antenna in the opposite direction, because there were so many metallic surfaces, we still got a very good received signal. You see, the millimeter wave and those type of frequencies a lot of reflections, which may be in not advantageous in a factory environment. So this, I think, may be where optical wireless communication could play a good role.
yes, I think Professor Cosmas, this is a very wonderful observation from this test that reflection is something which can be avoided compared to millimeter wave
Yes.
in this optical band, and it's a
Yes.
big use case for the factory environment.
If they can get a wider aperture and a longer propagation distance, may be most suitable in an industrial environment.
Mr. Mittal, maybe we can take one last question. There is an anonymous critical question which
Yeah.
says about why Li-Fi is not commercially popular even after so many years. Is it cost or technology? I think it's a good question to end the webinar.
Yeah, so Li-Fi, you know, again, as I told you, it will take some time because the kind of LEDs which we have, they have some limited, you know, modulation bandwidth. And if you want to have high speed, basically you have to change your design of the LED. I mean, you have to meet both the illumination requirement as well as the speed requirement. But the kind of LEDs which are there, they were designed with illumination in mind. So I think industry has to change and you know, make the LEDs which are both illumination as well as communication compatible. So I mean, things are happening, and then standards have started coming in. So maybe at physical layer and MAC layer, the standards are already there. Initial standards are already there, and if you want to use Li-Fi in a house, so you have to use some sort of dongle or some sort of mobile phone which should support both, you know, cellular. We should have both cellular interface as well as light interface. So currently those companies, they are still, you know, looking for solutions which are cost competitive. Only then they will integrate in their network. So things, the research is going on, and I mean, maybe a couple of years down the line, probably you'll start seeing Li-Fi at least inside the offices or inside the rooms. So I'm very hopeful. Yeah, thanks.
So I think it has been a wonderful session, and good questions came, and it throws up a lot of hope that this VLC will one day will be a reality, and it will be integrated with the existing technologies. So thank you very much, Professor Cosmas and Dr. Anand, for nice presentations and these question answers.